Now, Ashok Leyland actually reported a decent set of earnings. It was the operational performance which was above estimates. The EBITDA surged 40% sequentially. The top line growth, though, has still been on the slower side. About a 2.5% growth is what we got. But if you look at certain brokerages, right, HSBC has put out a note on Ashok Leyland. They have a buy with a target price of 230. They say that in a seasonally weak quarter, Ashok Leyland has reported a strong Q3. Operationally, and that reflects a structural improvement in cost efficiencies. The commercial vehicle industry trend should be stable in the long term, and they expect an FY24 to 27 compounded growth rate of 6%. Now, I had a word with the management of Ashok Leyland, and the sense I got is that they are doing two things. One is cost reduction, and the other one is price hikes in order to hold on to these margins. So let's listen in. I began by asking them if the growth will continue to be in single digits going forward for the industry and for them. Listen into a slice of that conversation.
Industry has actually grown pretty well if you look at it, over the last 2 years. You will have to see it in perspective of that. So in the current quarter, you're right. The industry did show that the growth was very, very tepid. But this is also because of a confluence of factors, because you had the post-Navratri season, huge growth base of previous year, and then a new year coming in. So people would possibly prefer, 2024 vehicles. As we move forward, there is an election that's coming up. So there are 2-3 things that we see happening. There could be a short-term flattishness that is happening, but in the medium term, I think the outlook for the industry is pretty positive. Because India continues to be a high-growth economy. Even in the latest budget, you've seen more than 11.5 lakh crores being, deployed for, infrastructure. There's a huge growth that is happening in the bus market. India has now become the second largest road network in the world. I think there's a lot of tailwinds which are yet to happen.
Okay, so you're saying that in the shorter term, there is flattishness in the commercial vehicle industry, but in the medium term, the outlook is positive. Would you want to put some numbers to that? Do you think we can expect in the medium term perhaps a 10% growth as well? And what is the outlook for FY25? What kind of growth can the industry eke out?
Well, I think we'll wait for the year, FY24 to close before we give an outlook for FY25. We believe that in the initial period, especially the first 2-3 months because of the election, I think things could be a little, wait and watch. But immediately after that, we should see growth happening.
All right. Mr. Shenu Agarwal, come in on this discussion as well. The thing is that there is a lot of potential, right, in this industry, given the kind of infrastructure boom that we're seeing currently, given the government's boost to this entire sector, especially in the electric vehicle space, where you folks are present in a big way. Just tell us what could be the big triggers for Ashok Leyland, which could contribute to growth over the next 1 to 2 years.
All right. See, I think, Sonia, I agree with you. There are a lot of good positive momentum that is behind us. The last peak of the industry was in 2019. And whenever we see a new peak historically, it is 10-12% more than the last peak. And we have not even reached that last peak of FY19 yet. Right. So I think there is huge room for growth in the future. CV industry is very much linked to the overall economic activity of the country, or the GDP growth, which is going very, very strong right now. The projections for future are also very strong, at least for next couple of years. Yeah. So, but if you look at even the micro factors, the strength in the cement, the coal, the steel, the e-commerce, the rural market, which is slightly down, but has all the triggers of getting back. I think everything favors the CV industry in the medium to long run. So we are very confident. I think most of the people, would be surprised by the way this industry can grow or will grow in the future.
Okay. Mr. Mahadevan, I want to come to the operational performance, right? Because this time around, year-on-year basis, of course, the operational performance has been pretty good. You've also been growing faster than some of your peers in the space. Do you have any more margin levers? Because I'm asking because now raw material costs have also started to move up a little bit. What do you see as the way forward on the margin front?
See, I think there are 3 or 4 things. One is all our adjacent businesses are also growing very well. So this year, if you look at it, the aftermarket, the defense business, the light commercial vehicle business, and even the international business has started to grow. So these are high margin businesses, and you will see that as the years come by, we will actually see a mix change that can improve margin. The second one is we have been persistently raising prices even on the MHCV business all through in all the 3 quarters, and we have already done that in the 4th quarter. While we will continue to pursue growth in the market, grow in market share, we are also ensuring that we are enhancing the margins of the business. As far as the commodity prices are concerned, we'll have to wait and watch whether we can actually see a softening happening in the tail end of Q4. But what is more important is that we have some huge programs running for cost reduction, on the material side, on the distribution side, on the overall overheads. And we believe that this is not something that will stop. We will continue to pursue this, and we would want to enhance the margins even further as we move forward.
Mr. Agarwal, I want you to come in on the foray that Ashok Leyland has made in the electric vehicle space. There's lots happening there at the moment. So can you just tell us, going forward, what will the growth look like in EVs, and what is the kind of measures that Ashok Leyland is taking in order to grow further in that space?
Yeah, we are actually very happy with the kind of work that Ashok Leyland has done, not just recently, but for many years. Actually, Ashok Leyland started working on an electric vehicle about 10, 11 years ago when electric was not even a buzzword in the industry. So we created this company called Switch, which is a subsidiary of Ashok Leyland, which is focused on electric buses and electric LCVs. We already have more than 800 electric buses on the roads. We have orders for 1,000 or more than 1,000. We are participating in some of the very new upcoming tenders like PM E-Bus Seva. So I think that buses, there is a whole lot of positive momentum, and I think we are very, very well positioned to take advantage of that momentum. On the light commercial vehicle side, also, which is part of the Switch again, we are very, very close to bringing the products to the market. I think it's just a matter of a month or a couple of months, then these products will also see the light of the day. And we already have a MOU signed with our customers up to about 12,000 to 13,000 vehicles. MOUs we have, right? So very soon that will happen. We are also very happy. See, last year in January 2023, we had displayed a host of alternative fuel vehicles in the Auto Expo. And in the recently concluded Bharat Mobility Show, we actually have delivered the first electric truck from Ashok Leyland to a customer. This is the first ever electric trucks commercial sale that we have made. Now, we are, of course, not going to launch electric trucks in a massive manner, but what we are going to do in next few months is to do a lot of customer trials in various applications with very selective customers to be able to prove and mature this technology. So we are very happy. Truck, buses, LCV, we are there in all the segments now, and we will further improve the penetration of this.
Okay. So can you tell me what does the growth look like? Just to clarify, you said that you already have more than 800 EV buses currently. You have incremental orders of more than 1,000 EV buses. Does this include the MOU of, no, you've said separately there is an MOU signed of 12,000 to 13,000 buses, right? So totally what is the order book expected to rise to over the next 1 to 2 years?
So we have 800 buses on the road. We have 1,000 orders for buses that we will execute in the next fiscal year. And then we have 12 to 13,000 vehicles MOU signed for the light commercial vehicles. So which we are going to put to the market in next 1 or 2 months.
All right. Well, so that was the management of Ashok Leyland.